Welcome to the Sara Show. We're happy today to have Jeff with me, who's going to co-host the show today to welcome Ubong. Jeff?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Ubong.
Thank you for having me.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I keep Ubong.
Oh, you did it right. That's the right one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, you're the Sarah's guest on the show. Where are you from?
I am originally from Nigeria in West Africa.
And what brought you here? What brings you to West Hartford, Connecticut?
Oh, yes, family. I have a family here, and
they were here before you came?
Correct.
Oh. How long have they been here?
They've been here for like almost 20 years.
And how long have you been here?
I've been here like 15 years now.
Ubong is like an American, Nigerian American now. I met Ubong a few years ago through my Jamaican videographer, because I also had a show called The Nonprofit World, so I used to film it in Hartford, and that's where I met Ubong, and he's also a filmmaker, and he produces very interesting movies. You know, in Nigeria, it's next to Hollywood because they have what they call Nollywood. It's Hollywood, Bollywood from India, and then Nollywood. So Ubong is going to tell us a little bit about what he does, about the movies and where we can find them.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. So, like Sarah already said, I'm a movie producer. I'm also a writer and a storyteller. I produce movies, I act, and I also direct. I recently won an award of the Best African American Actor from the Indie Fest Festival, and here am I today. So I got many of my films, both short films and featured films that I'm doing. Mostly my movies is all about a lesson learned. You're gonna enjoy it, it's funny, but at the end, it's a lesson learned for everybody. So I try to co-op everyone, all the races in it. I don't just want to be, my movie is not just focusing on one, maybe in Africa or in any way, it's just a conglomerate of the whole world. So I do features. Currently, the movie that I'm currently doing, which we already done shooting, it's under editing right now. It's called Yes, I Do. It's a very interesting comedy romance movie of a guy falling in love with two girls, and he decided to want to choose one, but he end up falling in the hands of a badass girl. You know what a badass is.
Oh, we don't say badass.
So that's what the movie is all about. So
did you write the movie too?
Oh yes, I wrote the movie and I direct and I also act. I play the lead role as the main guy.
Where did you tape it? Where did you shoot the movie?
Oh, we shot the movie here in Connecticut in different areas. We shot it in Torrington, we shot it in West Hartford, we shot it in everywhere. And we even shot it at the beach at Manhasset Beach. It's gonna come out before the end of this November. It should be out. So currently we have different platforms that are waiting for it. So we're trying to negotiate to see which one is better. Then we'll let the world knows where it's gonna be. Either it's gonna be on Netflix or it's gonna be on Tubi. But basically, all my movies are on Tubi TV. Like all my featured films are on Tubi TV. So if you go to Tubi TV, you can watch any of my movies. But if you also want to watch all of my short films, they are on my website, or you can go to any of the social media, which is Facebook. It's all Ubong, Inyang production. Any website, any social media that you go to, just type in Ubong Inyang production. That's me. You can watch all fun, nice, interesting short films in there.
Why did you become a filmmaker?
I became a filmmaker because I believe I was born into it. When I grew up, my parents told me that I played a role of Jesus Christ when I was 4 months old in the church. So in the church, they were doing a church program, and they were doing when Jesus was born. So I was the only newborn baby in there. So they took me in to play the role, and according to how I'm told, that I did a good job. And then when I grew up, I like writing. I keep writing stories. I've been writing a lot of stories, giving it out to all the producers back then in Nigeria, and I've been doing that. So one day when I came over here, I was still doing the same thing. So one day my friend came and visited me, and I was writing a script called Marriage Secret. And I told him I'm going to be sending it to Africa. I said, why would you want to send it? Why can't you just do it here? I'm like, oh, okay. So I started shooting the movie, and then I went to school to learn and to get more knowledge on filmmaking, and also to know the status of everything that is going on in the U.S. In the Hollywood industry, just to get all the information and get well equipped on that.
What school did you go to?
Oh, that was post-university.
What?
Post-university in Waterbury.
Oh, right, right. And they have a school there, filmmaking,
Yeah, they
film
have a
production?
department. Yeah, they have department, all kinds of departments. So I got that as the minor. That's what I do. My major is business administration. So I picked that as the minor, and then just to get more knowledge and just to flow the same with what's going on here.
Where do you find your inspiration for the movies, the topics?
The topics is basically because my movie is a true life story. I don't just formulate any stories. It's something that happens. And then when I see something happens, and then I come back and then I write it and then add more things just to make it more enjoyable.
Okay. You filmed that movie with Miss India called Sunita.
Former Miss India, Sunita.
Former
So her name is Madhu Iyer.
Madhu Iyer. I mean, how did you come up with the story? Because
Okay,
I found it very interesting.
Okay, that story is actually the true life story that is about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you watch the movie Sunita, whatever you see in there, it's about me. That's
But
when
your wife is not Indian.
Oh, this is when that happens when I was young, during my high school time.
Okay.
So I used to go out with the girl, with the
Okay.
Indian girl. Her name was Sunita.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Sunita story, because he doesn't know about it?
Okay, so but the main thing is, it's better for you to go and watch it. When you watch it, you will know the full story. I don't think we have much time for me to go explaining. So this is about an Indian princess that fell in love with an African man, hoping to get married, but the parents, being the king and the queen, so they says, no, you can't marry this African guy because he is not from India, and again, he is not from royalty. So you can't marry. So already planned on the arranged marriage for her to marry a prince. So but she didn't want that because she already in love with me, and we've gone far throughout in the high school and the college, and that's how we met, and then we planned in moving forward. So when that happens, they finally they ask her to choose between me or the Indian prince, and then she ended up choosing me, and she was banished from the kingdom.
Wow, but you also prince from Nigeria.
Oh,
What's
yes.
the name of your kingdom?
The name of my kingdom, it's called Ikot Eboro. Ikot Eboro, yep.
So a prince.
It's in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria.
You're a prince in Nigeria, and I watched those movies from Nollywood. And the prince, they have everything. They have a big mansion, they have the maidens, they have everything. So why do you live in America?
Oh, like I said, family. I have my kids, my wife,
Yeah.
and all my
But you
family
could have
members.
everything over there. You have your kingdom, and you have everything.
Yeah, I don't really, having a kingdom, I mean, I like to socialize and I like to be around. I like to have
Other people.
experience in other places. So I just found myself here, and then I adapt to this place, so I'm good. But I go to the village every day, all the time, every year, so.
You said one of your latest movie is Lessons Learned?
Lesson learned. What I mean by lesson learned, when you watch the movie, you're gonna learn a lesson at the end of the movie.
And can you share what the lesson is?
It depends on the movie. Like the Sunita movie, it's all about having love. Shouldn't be any tribalism. There shouldn't be any hatred. There should be love. Everyone should just be equal. We shouldn't say because this one is from here, this one is this and that. So everyone should come up together and build it together, or to be together to build a special world for everyone.
If you know a little history about Nigeria, they have the tribes. They have the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas, and sometimes they cannot intermarry.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, not just sometimes, definitely. Mostly they don't want to intermarry, so they just want to, based on their tribe. It's all
In the
about
same
tribal, so that's
country,
why
and
I'm
they
trying to
cannot-
create that
yeah.
out, make sure that the tribalism shouldn't come in between love. So love conquers it all. So that's exactly what most of those are from.
Isn't that something that's present in so many, I mean, throughout history and throughout different, all countries and societies, seem to have certain rules or taboos about marrying somebody who's not your, out of your, not in your group.
Sure, it's
And-
everywhere.
But by like what you're saying, I think that from what I gather from what you're saying here is that love is something that should transcend different groups or subgroups or tribes or societies, whatever. Love is, I mean, look at Romeo and Juliet.
Correct. Yep.
The Montagues and the Capulets. I mean, it's these love stories are through the ages
Yeah.
of two young, innocent people
Yep.
who don't know, who have not been, let's say, brainwashed
Correct.
by the values of their society. They just, two young people just meet each other and love each other, and all of a sudden this tribe
Came in between. So that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what my movie Sunita is all about, and a few other movies like that.
It's cool, but to play the advocate of the devil, sometimes it's difficult also if you marry somebody outside your tribe, because you have to overcome so many things, and the parents of the other person that you marry, and the traditions, the rituals, they are different. And I'm not sure if it's a good thing to put the kids through it. I mean, although it's, you should not discriminate, everybody is equal. But you have to think about the kids too.
So it's all about discrimination. We are against discrimination.
Yeah.
We are all humans. Though we come from different background, different thinking, but that's even the most important thing, that we should come in, because when I come in from a different background, with you, we can share things together, we can share ideas, plans together, and see what we can do to help the world. But when we come up with discrimination being our way, that is not good. I know we grow up, when we were kids, we grow up to see that the world is all about discrimination. There's a lot of discrimination in the world.
I'm against discrimination as well, but I'm thinking also, I mean, sometimes the parents, they're just trying to protect their children against, overcoming so many hardships, problems, other people. Life should not be difficult. You marry someone and then you go happy. Nobody's against it. And then you have your kids. And then when you marry outside your tribe, for example, I had a friend, he's Igbo, was married to a Hausa. And the lady died because the family never accepted her. He was Christian, like a pastor. And then the Hausas, they mostly Muslims.
Yeah, mostly.
So they had troubles throughout their lives. They were never happy. And finally she died, and then they said, because of the traditional religions, they say, oh, he killed her. The family killed her, but through witchcraft, because they never liked her. And she was never happy because her family never really came to visit, and the family of the men, they did not get along. So it was, really, really difficult for her. And I was very saddened when she passed away. I met her in Africa, and it was tough.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's not just one place. It's
So
everywhere in the
now,
world.
about your movies, where do you want to take them? Do you want to take them to Hollywood or to Nollywood? Are they showing on TVs in Nigeria, or are they
yes.
still?
When my movie is out here, the people in Nigeria, they're also watching it. I got all my fans in Nigeria, they also watch it. So even if it's on Tubi TV or if it is on Amazon Prime, if it is on Amazon Prime, they have access to watch. So anyway, even if it's on Netflix, because this current movie we're doing, Yes I Do, we're hoping to get it on Netflix. So they're actually waiting for the movie to be out for them to scrutinize it and see if it made up their priority in order to get the movie in there.
Because if they are marketed well, it can become a billionaire overnight, because the population of Nigeria is 232 million.
Yeah, it increases every day.
And they consume movies and music, and the best singers now, they're from Nigeria.
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
Davido.
Yep.
and they're doing well. It's like, music and the movie industry, and it's like booming, and more than any other industry, I think,
Yep.
in
You're right.
Africa right
It's an
now. So what do you
entertainment.
think about that?
If you could pick any famous producer, director, Spielberg, yeah, you've heard of the big names,
Oh, yeah.
Spielberg and George Lucas, and I mean, you know more. You probably know more about them, who they are. If you could pick one of them
That would be
as a
Spielberg.
partner to write and to do a movie with, who would you pick?
Any of them, because I pretty much watch their movies. I learn from them, even though I don't make them. But whenever their movie is out, I always watch. I learn a few things, and I like all of them, and I appreciate all of them with what they're doing. So, any of them,
Spike Lee,
anybody,
Tyler
anyone.
Perry.
Oh, that's the man.
So you like Tyler Perry?
So any of those guys there, I am comfortable with anybody at all. I don't care who whoever is, but as long as he's willing to work with me, I'll be okay with it.
So how are you happy with your life right now? Obviously, filmmaking is your passion, but you're working, you
Yeah,
have another
I-
job.
yeah,
So
I-
why you don't devote all your life to?
So, well, filmmaking, this is America. You got to pay bills. You got to do all things. So, filmmaking, it was a passion, but I am seeing myself getting up to 90% into it.
Okay.
So, as soon as I hit that 100%, then I will stand down with everything I'm doing.
Because they say when you do things halfway, you only have half results, no? Like if you
Yeah, we
do
move it.
filmmaking 100% and you make it your life and then you make it big and, it will feed you.
Yeah, like I said, yep, we're working towards that, because in the filmmaking, you don't just get up one morning and you become what you hope to be. You start from gradually, start from grass to grace. So if you want to force it, then you might want to end up doing what you're not supposed to do and just to get there. So it's gradually. So we're moving forward with it.
Okay. So what do you think? You have
Well,
any questions?
I was just wondering, those movies, going back to what we were talking about before, about two young people loving each other,
Okay.
and this specific case was the Indian princess
Okay.
and the Nigerian,
Yeah, an African or Nigerian.
African.
He's the prince.
In these cases, it's like you were saying before. It's very complicated because you got two innocent kids who love each other, but then it's complicated by the different cultures they come from, and the different backgrounds they have, and the values and the norms of the societies they come from. But how in your movies, what usually prevails? What usually is the outcome? Do the boy and the girl get together, or are they defeated, as it were, by the conflicts?
By the pressure or the conflict. So definitely they always win. But like I said, love conquers it all.
Who always wins?
Or the innocent kids, like you said, because they're pretty much innocent. For example, I came into the United States. She came into the United States. I am from Nigeria. My parents are in Nigeria. Her parents are in India. We don't know what's going on, all those tradition, anything over there. We are here with a fresh mind, with a fresh brain, with a fresh thinking and a fresh education. So we don't know all those things, not until when we meet and then we decided, okay, let's go meet our parent. That's when the parent will start bringing in and say, hey, we have a tradition here. We got to follow the tradition. We have this, we have that. So that's going to kind of, what in the world? This is what we're talking about. When you said, oh, we shouldn't be together because of tradition, I am not going to be with you. She's not going to be with you. Two of us are the ones going to be together. So if you don't want two of us to be together, you want us to go be with someone that you like. How do you expect us to be happy? Like for the movie, she says, you have to marry the Indian prince. And she's like, I've never seen this Indian prince. I don't even know who or how he looks. How do you think I'll be able to fall in love with him? So those are the kind of things. So the people we should think about in that angle. two people are coming together, they know each other, they just want to be together, they will definitely gonna stay together. Not you. Even if he finally goes to marry the Indian prince, they're gonna stay together. They're not gonna come in to live in your life. It is their life.
What does that say to you about the parents of these two kids involved? What does that say to you? What's more important to them? What seems to be more important to the parents and to the other families that are involved? The love that the two people have for each other, or the society's
Protecting their tradition. Following and protecting their tradition is all what matters to them. The love and the happiness of the two kids doesn't matter to them. So that's where the issue is.
Have you ever seen, this goes back to the 60s, this is like 60 years ago. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Yeah. With Sidney Poitier.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Sidney Poitier played this.
I wasn't born by then, so.
It was a film made, it was Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn were the parents of this girl, this wealthy white girl.
Okay.
And very well educated, and she goes off and meets this African guy, this black guy who's a doctor, Sidney Poitier.
Okay.
And they fall in love with each other, and they decide they love each other, they want to get married. So she brings him home. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Oh.
This black guy is coming to, and then he calls up his parents, who were from Frisco or somewhere, and he has them come down. So now you've got the black guy and the white woman who love each other.
Okay.
His two black parents,
Okay.
her two white parents,
Correct.
and now they're saying that we're in love with each other and we're going to get married. That's our announcement, and they both sides just go totally freak out, and finally by the end of the movie, they both after all this back and forth,
correct.
as the movie concludes, the resolution is that both parents realize that what's more important. This child who I love, this black man, this white woman who I love, who's my child, I love them. And what's more important for me to wish and to want for my child? Love, or to step back and be guided by and be told, be dictated
Correct.
by society what to do. And they both said, hey, look, the bottom line is, if you love each other, we need it's on us,
Correct.
parents, we need to deal with it, because your love for each other is much more important than how we feel about some people of different backgrounds getting together. It's on us to deal with it. It's not on you to deal with it.
Yep.
It's on us to deal with it. And that's something that, like with the family, like in your case, with the Indian princess and this Nigerian boy,
Yep.
they loved each other. If the parents said, hey, we're the ones who need to deal with it. We can't put it back on you.
Correct.
You're not the one who needs to deal with it. You found love. You found something that is a rare, wonderful part of life.
Right.
You found somebody to love, and we need to deal with it, not you. Wouldn't that be nice if the people would look at it that way?
Yeah, so that's why we're coming up with this movie, because we're trying to teach. That's why I said it's a lesson learned. We're trying to teach the world, the parents, to know this, because all what matters to parents should be the happiness of your child. That's all what matters. Like you said, deal with it. Let me go deal with it. Oh, he marries to this, he marries to that. He's supposed to marry to this, not that. But let me go deal with it. But seeing them being happy, that should be, because the joy of a parent is to see the kids being happy.
Yes.
So this is all what I'm trying to project to the world to see.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Before we end this interview, I'd like to talk about one of your short movies that I saw on YouTube. It's about a gift that you gave to a woman.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Can
So
you
that
tell us more about
okay, that's
that?
called birthday gift. That's the kind of
Birthday
a funny,
gift,
funny
yeah.
kind of thing. It's also a lesson learned. When I said all my movies, even if it's short or future. So this movie is called Birthday Gift. I fall in love. I'm looking for a good wife to marry. This is also by looking for someone who is good. For young guys out there, if you're looking for advice on or skills or tactics on how to get a good wife, watch that my movie. Go to Ubong Inyang Production on Facebook or YouTube and watch the movie called Birthday Gift. So I fall in love with this girl. I like her, but I want to know if she is the good type or if she's the materialistic kind of woman. So on her birthday, I went there. I presented her a gift. She was asking, "Is it gold? Is it diamond?" I'm like, "Okay, just open it." So when she opened it, behold, it is an African bread. She was mad. "How dare you give me bread on my birthday?" I'm like, "But this is how much I have, and this is what I can present to you." She was mad. "Oh, I can't this. I thought it's gonna be this and that. Out of my life. I don't want to have you again. From today henceforth, we're done." She pushed me out of the house. I'm like, "Okay." I went and had a second girl. And then that girl, when I went to her, she had bad friends around, and the friends were like, "What are you doing with this guy? This guy doesn't have money, blah, blah, blah." He said, "That's the guy I love." And then when I go in there, I presented the same gift again. And then she said, when she opened it, it was bread. They were all laughing, mocking at her. But she said, "We're going to eat this bread because this is what he has, and I accept it with good faith." And everybody said, "Okay." But they were still laughing. So she went and grabbed a knife. When she sliced the bread you want to open, behold, there is a Mercedes-Benz car key, a brand new Mercedes-Benz car key inside the bread. She was like, "What?" I said, "Well, I was looking for someone who's going to love me for who I am and not for money, for anything. You are the one. That's a car key for you." So that's how it is. And the rest, so those are kind of lessons learned that you want to learn something from. If you want to know somebody. So it's kind of funny, but at the end, you learn something in it. So that's what it's all about.
Eddie Murphy coming to America. Right? Didn't want her to know that he was a wealthy prince.
Correct, yeah.
So it's a theme that goes on through the ages.
Correct.
And you've picked up on it. And I think that says a lot about what kind of it's a reflection of what kind of a person you are.
Yep.
To want to focus on love.
Yep.
And people loving each other,
Yeah.
whether it's two people or whether it's two societies, whether it's two races,
Yep.
whatever it is, just love each other.
Correct.
That's
what it is.
Is there anything you'd like to add before we?
Nothing
Say
more.
goodbye.
Just thank you guys for having me, and anyone that want to watch, just watch out for my movie. Yes, I do. That's the title. It's going to be very interesting comedy romance movie. It's coming out this end of this month or by December.
Do you have a
depending on the
website,
platform.
Instagram, or?
Oh yeah, so my Instagram is Ubong Inyang Production. You go to Facebook, it's still Ubong Inyang. All the website you may think of, once you go Ubong Inyang Production, that's where I am. You see all my stuff in there. All the information will be given
spell
there.
that. Spell
So
it.
that's Ubong is UBONG.
That's your first name.
That's the first
And
name.
then the last name is
INYANG. Ubong Inyang, and then production, PRODUCTION. So that's
Okay.
where you see anything you want to look at for Nippon.
okay.
So we're very happy to have Ubong today with us at Sara's show, and we look forward to watching more great movies from you in the future. Would you
Thank
like
you.
to add anything?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.